What's going on, everybody? The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hanging out with you here this Tuesday evening. Hoping that everyone is having a great time. I got to get used to a little different setup that we've got going on over here on the show. My studio, this is going to be a little too inside the weeds, but like my studio is a little different. So I can go like with different orientations on the screen. YouTube is going to look a little different if you go live on the YouTube feed. We'll be able to do more on Instagram, on TikTok, on things like that. I'm excited about what those things have to offer moving forward. I wonder if it gets recorded that way as well. But we shall see. Hoping that everyone, like I said, is having a great Tuesday evening. Thank you to the people that are tuned in all over the place right now on YouTube, on Facebook. I was going to say X, but we're not on X anymore. So I gotta work that in there sometime. Get back on X. Now, what I want to talk about right now, though, is the college football rankings. They have just come out. They are, I'm waiting for the page to load right now. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Georgia. And number 4, Texas Tech. Those are your top 4 teams. You can see right there behind me. Reckham Tech. We've got that going on right now. Texas Tech in the background, doing our thing. Number 5, Oregon. As I wait for the picture to load completely. Number 6, Ole Miss, without Lane Kiffin. We got to remember that. Lane Kiffin has left Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin is no longer at Ole Miss. He took the job at LSU, so we'll see how that goes. Number 7, Texas A&M, following the loss to the University of Texas. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Alabama. Number 10, Notre Dame. Number 11, BYU. Number 12 is Miami. Number 13 is Texas. Number 14 is Vanderbilt. Number 15 is Utah. Here, I want to do this. I want to see if I can get the picture of the college football playoff rankings uploaded in here real quick. Obviously, this is going to be courtesy of ESPN. There we go. There are your top 25 teams. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama, Notre Dame, BYU, Miami, the University of Texas, Vanderbilt, Utah, USC, Virginia, Arizona, Michigan, Tulane, which is funny that Tulane's there, Houston, Georgia Tech, Iowa, North Texas, and James Madison University. For those that don't know what JMU is, that is what JMU is. So there we go. Our top 25 right now. The way that it looks. What are your thoughts on the top 25 right now? I've got some thoughts about Miami being behind Notre Dame. We've got to come up with consistency. At least a little bit of consistency here when it comes to the college football playoff. If you win the head-to-head matchup like Oklahoma did to Alabama, then you should be ahead of the team if you have the same record as them, right? Like Notre Dame has the same record as Miami. And you can tell me, okay, we're going to go off of strength of schedule losses or something of that nature. Let me get to that comment real quick. I got to get rid of the picture, though. How can I? Where's the picture? There we go. There we go. Okay. QYRA Gaming saying, I love how butt my home team is. It's Maryland. I am a Texas Tech fan, right? So I do love me my Texas Tech. But the home team here in El Paso, Texas, at the University of Texas at El Paso, they went 2-9 this past season. Let's see what Maryland football finished this year. Because I bet you Maryland football finished better than maybe they didn't. Oh, my goodness. Than the University of Texas at El Paso. Is that really it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, they were 4-8. So, yeah, Maryland better than the University of Texas at El Paso. Thank you for the comment. QYRA Gaming, thank you for that comment. Yeah, Maryland, slightly better than the University of Texas at El Paso. Slightly better than the University of Texas at El Paso. But if you're Miami and you beat Notre Dame, and we've said this over so long, right? Like whenever it came into sports, especially with college football, with the college football playoff, I wasn't one of the people that wanted an extended college football playoff. I think it's a horrible idea that they extended the college football playoff. But if this is what you wanted, this is what you got, then you got to make sure that you have the rankings right all the time, right? And now Miami isn't even going to be in the ACC title game. I got to look up the rankings once again, because I don't have them remembered right now. Remember, they just came out. And if I'm looking at this right now, so Virginia is in the ACC title game going up against Duke, who you can see conspicuous right here is not on the top 25. Duke, I believe, is 7-5 on the season. And somehow, some way, because I want to say it was the 7th tiebreaker or something like that they had over Miami, they get into the ACC title game. Actually, that doesn't make sense. So now I got to figure out why Miami isn't in the ACC title game. And that seems to be a common question. That's the first thing that popped up. I put, why isn't, and just the letter M. And it was Miami in the ACC title game. So Miami finished with a 6-2 conference record, which is in a 5-way tie for second place. When a 5-way tie occurs, the conference tiebreaker rules, which consider conference opponent winning percentage, resulted in Duke advancing right now. WTF, did they move Notre Dame to 10? It doesn't make sense to me. I get it that like the CFP playoff and all that stuff, the playoff committee, everything like that, it's a made for TV product, right? Like we know that. And Notre Dame is going to be a team that's always going to get some sort of vibes going, right? Notre Dame, to me, let's look at what Notre Dame's schedule was. I know it's not great. Let's go all the way back here. Notre Dame begins the season losing to Miami, losing to Texas A&M. Now, granted, those are 2 ranked teams that you lost to. 2 ranked teams that you lost to. That's a bunch of I's or L's, maybe. I'm not too sure. Saying it's a fairly hard schedule. It was solid, right? You beat Purdue. You beat the brakes off of Purdue. You beat Arkansas. Arkansas, not great. Boise State, not great. NC State, not great. You beat USC. So now you've got 3 top 25 victories right there. You beat Boston College, not great. You beat Navy, not great. You should. You beat Pittsburgh, which is ranked. So now you got 4 top 25 ranks right there, right? You beat the brakes off of Syracuse, which good on that. And then you beat Stanford, again, beating the brakes off of Stanford. Are you I'm assuming you're a Notre Dame fan, right? Is that what it is? You're a Notre Dame fan? And you kind of just want to, like, is Notre Dame too low or too high for you? Because to me, like, again, and I guess we should, compare schedules. Let's compare Miami's schedule here. I know Miami lost to SMU. And if I'm not mistaken, mistaken, they lost to, I'm trying to remember who else they lost to. Louisville. Sorry, can't say Louisville. Neither one of those teams, well, Louisville not ranked, SMU ranked 21. You look at the losses that Notre Dame had, number 3 or number 7 team right now, number 12 team right now. So those are some good losses for Notre Dame whenever you compare those losses. But if you have the same record and you're number 10 and Miami's number 12, the head-to-head has to matter, right? Like I feel like the head-to-head has to matter. Just saying they were 9 for 2 weeks and dropped to 10 yesterday. And that's the thing that's weird, right? Like, if you're going to have this playoff committee, we know everyone except Texas A&M won this past weekend. I got to remember what last week's rankings were. It's going to be hard for me to find too because it's going to be all that shit. Looking it up, trying at least. It's going to be difficult. I will try to look it up. We'll do this on tomorrow's show. Trying to figure all this out when it comes to the college football playoff and what teams moved ahead and what teams did not move ahead. Again, I'm happy Texas Tech moved up. Here we go. Here's last week's. Alabama jumped over Notre Dame. Alabama jumping over Notre Dame. I guess because they beat Auburn, but it's not as impressive as Notre Dame's 63-point win over Syracuse, right? Like Auburn, not that great either. Like Auburn's a 5-7 team. So watching Alabama jump over Notre Dame in the latest college football ranking is kind of odd to me. I don't see why. You know what I mean? Notre Dame being number 10, maybe Notre Dame should be back at 9. Miami, BYU, all those like those are the ones that are going to be interesting to me. And obviously, after we have the championship weekend that we're going to have coming up, it's going to kind of even itself out. If BYU loses to Texas Tech again, it'll be the second time this year that BYU loses to Texas Tech. Then you have a bit of a BYU will probably take a step back. I can see Notre Dame jumping over BYU, or not Notre Dame, Miami jumping over BYU. But if BYU wins that game, now you're going to start creating some chaos. Now there's going to be some issues here. It's going to be fun to watch, to say the least, right? Like it's going to be fun to see how the rest of this goes. I wanted to see what we're going to look at the schedule coming up right now. Who's doing what? What's happening? The Conference USA Championship game, Kennesaw State versus Jackson State, nothing going on there. Troy versus James Madison. James Madison up in the conversation right now. North Texas at number 24, Tulane in the ACC or the AAC championship game. The Mountain West UNLV at Boise State. The Big 12 championship. This is going to be a game a lot of people should have their eyes on. Texas Tech and BYU. The MAC, Miami, Ohio versus Western Michigan. The SWAC, PV, AMU at Jackson State. The SEC championship game, I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on that one as well, because if Bama loses that game, Bama should be out, completely out of the college football playoff. Same thing with West Virginia and Duke. And this is, or not West Virginia, Virginia and Duke. If Duke somehow finds a way to win this game, they don't deserve to be in the college football playoff. And I know, like, again, I lived in North Carolina for a while. And I know I got, like, some friends and stuff over in North Carolina that are going to be like, oh, you're just hating on Duke. Because I think Carolina blue is a much prettier color than Duke blue. But the ACC championship game being between Duke and Virginia, it just doesn't seem right. And, like, again, Duke is 7-5. 7-5. If they win the ACC championship game, does a 7-6 team deserve to be in the college football playoff? Because it feels like that's going to get the automatic bid, right? Like the ACC winner has to get the automatic bid. And Duke shouldn't be rewarded for being a mediocre-ass team. Sure, Virginia 10-2, they get the win 11-2, I can see it. But a 10-2 Miami not being in the ACC championship game it's weird to me. I get it. You get tiebreakers, you get all that stuff. The overall record should mean something. Just because you're 6-2 in conference and tied with 5 other teams that are 6-2, the overall record should mean something. Especially for Miami, winning their last 4 games. Texas Tech, BYU, obviously that's going to create some issues. Texas Tech, we know, is a really good team, but if they drop that game, if Texas Tech drops that game to BYU, then they're out, right? Like, because BYU gets the automatic bid from the Big 12. It'll be the second loss on the season for Texas Tech, who lost to Arizona State earlier this year. Arizona State, not that great. Trying to see if Arizona State is even ranked. They are. They're number 20, so there would be 2 top 25 losses. But it's just not. It's not a good look. Especially because Arizona State's just 8-4 on the season overall. College football, again, and this whole conversation started because of the College Football Playoff Committee, right? We will bring that back up, show everybody again what we're looking at here with the top 25. Ohio State, you can see it, right? In the Big Ten, you can see it. Both Ohio State and Indiana, 10-0, 12-0, or 12-0, both of them. Who'd you beat? Like the games that matter. Indiana beating Oregon, the number 6 team in the country. But that's their only ranked win of the season. Just that one win. Just that one win right there. Augustine saying, what's up, people? What's up, Augustine? Not very many people in today, but a bunch of different comments. It was nice. It was nice a little bit earlier. Had some comments going as we talk about the top 25 in college football right now. Somewhere where we know the University of Texas at El Paso will never be. I just saw your text right now, Augustine. My apologies. I was doing the show. You asked me, where's the show? Here's the show. Here it is. Indiana, again, not impressive. Not impressive one bit. You got one top 25 win. Our guy Tommy Canassa saying, what's up, Tip? What's up, Tommy? Hope that you're having yourself a great day right now. I know you are happy about your Oklahoma Sooners being number 8 right now. August is saying it didn't come up on my feed as being live. Now you got me wondering. So there's a couple of different things happening here on the show. Like some new things happening here on the show. Let me get rid of this graphic. Get rid of this graphic so you can see my handsome face. Now you can have multiple orientations on the show, right? So like the studio that I use, StreamYard, they allowed me to have like the ability to have different types of orientation. So we can have the landscape, which is, the normal box that we get, or you can get the vertical, which is, some of the stuff that you do whenever you do your YouTube shorts and stuff like that. So I don't know. Augustine saying, no. Put up the graphic, please. Tommy happy about his Boomer Sooners. You know me. I'm happy about my Reckham Tech, baby. Someone told me the other day, they're like, I have never seen you rep Texas Tech before. And I was like, every day for the last, I want to say 3 years, that Texas Tech flag has been in my backdrop. Maybe you can't see it as much before. I have a different camera, so it's zoomed in a little too much. I think I need to get the other camera so it can zoom out a little bit. Augustine saying Texas Tech stinks. 11-1, baby. In the Big 12 championship game. That is what matters. There we go. That looks better on the YouTube short. If I can show you all what I'm looking at right now, so this is the first time that StreamYard is allowing this, where you can have different orientations, go out to different places. I can go to TikTok now and actually look good. I can go to Instagram now and actually look good. Augustine saying UTEP is better. Now I know you're just trying to get under my skin. You are drunk, sir. I got nothing but love for you, but you are absolutely hammered ass, obliterated drunk, sitting here saying UTEP is better. But Tommy, I wanted to thank you for Oklahoma and the University of Texas being out of the Big 12 because it opened the door for us. Augustine asking, is that a Dr. Pepper? It is. It is a Dr. Pepper. Whenever the show's over, I'm going to be going to get Chinese food. I'm super excited about that. I was this close. I was like, Chinese food or do the show? Augustine asking if I've had the raspberry Dr. Pepper. No, I haven't. I do like raspberries, though. I do like raspberries. Tommy laughing at me because Texas Tech finally getting invited to the dance now that OU and Texas are no longer in the Big 12. Thank you. Augustine telling me to go to teppanyaki. Nah, dude. I am good. Not a fan. Unless they want to sponsor the show, in which case, fan. Tommy saying the big dogs left so the little dogs can grow. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like the way that feels. That feels like you're taking a shot at my team, guy. Texas Tech is the poor man's UT Austin? No. And Augustine, Tommy, I will let you know right here. Texas Tech is the perfect example of what it's like to have to build from the bottom up, to fight year in and year out, to get that little bit of respect. And yes, a $50 million NIL budget. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Hard work, perseverance, and $50 million to spend in NIL. Wreck 'em. Augustine saying I can get you in touch with teppanyaki management. We'll see about that. We'll see. I do have to work on getting more sponsors for the show. So we got to get new sponsors for the show. That'll be coming up over the next couple of weeks while we try to get our footing once again. I do want to try to get local sponsors and stuff like that. I was thinking of doing what we did at the beginning, going back on X, and then being like, hey, because I do have, like, I know I got a larger audience on X, and especially because I got to do that by this weekend, because on Sunday I have the Sun Bowl selection is going to be happening. I want to get out there, make sure we cover it the same way we did last year. So that'll be a fun time. I gotta message Richie. Now that I think about it. I'm going to do that right now while it's on my mind. This is riveting audio stuff. I know. There we go. Augustine saying that he just sent me Ting's number. I saw that. Thank you so much. He is management at Teppanyaki. Hey, I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Augustine. I know it was riveting right there. I got like a slew of messages. My guy, James Steele, sending me right here. Wreck-em Tech. Texas Tech being number 4. Again, I tell people all the time, like, this is one of the more happy sports moments for me. Just seeing Texas Tech, because it's been so long, right? Like, as a Texas Tech fan, I know how UTEP football fans must feel because of my allegiance to the Dallas Cowboys. But being a Texas Tech fan and being like, look, this is a good school. This is like a great school to go to. As a matter of fact, I just sent out information to get my master's degree from Texas Tech. Tommy's saying it's a sex hotline, Mike. Do not call that number. It just as terrified as I was whenever Augustine put out the link to the BBC. I was like, I know the BBC is a real reputable news outlet, but it's also coming from Augustine. So that BBC could mean something absolutely different. Augustine saying, so here's the question. If you're that big of a Texas Tech fan, were you happy that the Cowboys won? Of course I was. Of course I'm happy whenever the Cowboys win. Hold on. I got to grab something. I got to find a home. Got to find a home for these things. Of course I was happy that the Dallas Cowboys won. I've told people all the time, if I had to choose just one team that, like, that's the only team that could ever have my fandom through all of the sports, I'm saying goodbye to the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm saying goodbye to my beloved San Antonio Spurs. I'm saying goodbye to my New York Yankees. I'm saying goodbye to Texas Tech. And I am saying I'm with you now, and only you, to the Dallas Cowboys. So yes, I was happy. But I do want to show you. I have my Patrick Mahomes Funko Pops. I got this from my guy, James Steele. Sent that over to me. And then, of course, one of my favorite things, the Patrick Mahomes Texas Tech card. As you can tell, I keep them together. Tommy Cananza saying Cowboys over Spurs? LOL, wow. Yeah, I mean, it's again, if you could only choose one, right? Because I can watch the NBA and just love the NBA, right? Like, I love just watching basketball. I cannot say the same for the NFL, right? I sit there and I watch some of those games. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what am I putting myself through? Augustine saying after 30 years you would still choose the Cowboys. Oh my gosh, talk about being a Jerry Jones baby. LOL. And then he asks, how about those Patriots? The Patriots, I told y'all, Augustine laughed at me. As a Patriots fan, Augustine laughed at me whenever I told him that I thought the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. Augustine said, no. We're a year or so away. It's not going to happen. I said, Augustine, I'm telling you right now, this is just the tip of the iceberg for the New England Patriots.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, now is the time. Make sure you are taking care of yourself the best way you can, all the way down to your tip. Everything is being taken care of. Deck your balls this holiday season. Tommy Canassa saying, not gonna lie, I missed that song and the embarrassment it brought me at Whataburger and Walmart. You know what it is, Tommy? You never know what you got till it's gone. You never know what you got till it's gone. And like I said, when the season starts up again, the baseball season starts up again, my schedule is going to shift. So the show will more than likely be back on again at 8 o'clock in the morning. So maybe we should have that, like just a countdown to kickoff. That 8:30 a.m., just the tip moment. It's going to happen. Augustine saying, good thing I'm in a restaurant and Watt is listening to this. No one knows what the hell this song is. LOL. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's great. Thank you. Making this show international. Internationally known, this show is. Actually, I guess it's always kind of been. Like, Augustine's always watched in Mexico. I got a friend or two that watch in Canada. So, hey, it works. It works. We are an international show. North America's show. No one covers the tip like we do. Once again, www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Save on all your male grooming needs. Guys, you might get a video. Actually, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I am going to threaten the audience now. If I do not start seeing any kind of movement with my promo code on www.myhappynuts.com from now until Christmas, I am going to post up a video of me hanging the mistletoe from the tip. That is not a threat. That is a spoiler. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Do it. Or be prepared to get an eyeful. Blame Canada. I'm going to blame Canada. All you want. Augustine says, I'm going to buy the company just not to see that. LOL. Hey, do it. Do it. I'm good with it. Augustine buys the company, takes away my promo code. No. www.myhappynuts.com. Promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Okay, so Augustine, you saw the game yesterday, and it is absolutely dominating by the New England Patriots. But it's also the New York Giants, right? But it's also the Patriots are a good team. But I posed this question yesterday, and I want to keep it going for the conversation, right? Because I said it yesterday that I don't trust the majority of the division leaders in the AFC right now, right? I don't trust Denver. I don't trust New England. I don't trust Baltimore. I don't trust, as much as I love them, they're our second favorite team here on this show. I don't trust the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. But then you look at what's remaining in the AFC, what's in the playoff picture right now in the AFC. I don't trust the Chargers. I don't trust the Steelers. I don't trust the Bills. The Bills have shown me nothing. The Bills are frauds as far as I'm concerned right now. The Bills are objectively not a Super Bowl contending team. End of discussion. I feel like the window might be closing on the Buffalo Bills as a contender. And then you got that first team out, the Kansas City Chiefs. If somehow, some way, the Chiefs find their way into the playoffs, that would be the team that I trust, right? Because they have that experience. They have that it factor. Hell, even if Cincinnati and AFC Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, made it to the playoffs, I would take them a little more legitimately than I would take any of the other teams that were mentioned outside of Kansas City. Just because Baltimore is fraudulent, Buffalo is fraudulent. I think the Patriots, the Broncos, the Jaguars are too young. The Chargers might be that mid-tier of I could see them winning a championship, but they just don't feel championship worthy right now. Augustine's saying, so who are the real contenders and not pretenders? That's the thing. I don't know. And even in the NFC, I don't trust the Chicago Bears. I trust the Rams. I think the Rams are head and shoulders the best team in the NFL. I know they just took a loss to the Carolina Panthers, but the Rams are, to me, the best team in the NFL. Philly, frauds. Tampa Bay, you would have thought that, with as bad as this division is, with having both the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons being the dog shit teams they are, that the Buccaneers would have found a way to run away with this division. Instead, they have a half-game lead over the Carolina Panthers, who, again, I was wrong. Hand in the air. My bad, coach. The ball went off me. I was wrong about that team. I thought that they would be bad. They're halfway decent. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contending team, but they're halfway decent. They're going to be okay. I don't think they make a run if they make it to the playoffs, and I don't think that the Carolina Panthers are going to make the playoffs. But I don't like the division leaders right now. In all of the divisions except for the NFC West, I don't trust. Augustine's saying, my Rams, LOL, and Patriots. That would be cool. Could you imagine we get a Rams-Patriots matchup in the Super Bowl, 24 years after we wanted it to happen? Tampa Bay, that Godwin is missing from that piece. Godwin's got to work his way back. I have to try to remember if Mike Evans, if there's an outside shot, Mike Evans comes back this year. Because you also have to remember that Mike Evans is out. Let's read this. Reading, trying to see if this gives me anything. So far, it's not telling me anything. It says there's a possibility. The possibility that Mike Evans comes back before the end of the season. Tommy, you are right. You are 100% right. I was wrong. At the beginning of the year, I thought that Philadelphia would be the best team in the NFC. They are not. They are a fraudulent-ass team. Tommy, you are right. I loud wrong. We all agree, though. I said if Matt Stafford was healthy, I believe that you all agreed with me as well, that if Matt Stafford was healthy, the Rams would be the team to contend with the Eagles. the Rams are a really damn good team. Augustine saying he thought the Eagles would repeat. I thought the Eagles would have the inside track to making the Super Bowl, but they're you kind of expect more, right? And it's unfair for us to say that as football fans and spectators and stuff like that. It's unfair, objectively unfair, for us to say that you expected more out of the Philadelphia Eagles. But it felt like they were the team to beat. And maybe they still are. Maybe it's just a rough patch in the road, but it feels like there's so much dysfunction that's surrounding that team. We said it last year. They won in spite of Nick Sirianni. Now Kevin Patullo's getting eggs thrown at his house. I think I saw the funniest thing was that you knew that the person throwing the eggs wasn't Jalen Hurts because they actually hit Kevin Patullo's house. Hilarious joke. Hilarious joke. Augustine saying we all did. Let's be honest. No, I mean, I thought the Kansas City Chiefs, I thought they'd take a step back. I didn't think that they would be, and it's weird to say that 6-6 is bad. I didn't think that the Kansas City Chiefs would be, again, if they can right the ship. Let's see what the Chiefs' remaining schedule is. The Chiefs have the Texans. They have the Chargers. They have the Titans. They have the Broncos, and they have the Raiders. If the Chiefs go 5-0, they would more than likely be a playoff team. I really feel like they would more than likely be a playoff team. Let's look at what Denver has left. They have the Broncos, so that should be a dub. The Packers, that's going to be a tough game. The Jaguars, that's going to be a tough game. The Chiefs, that's going to be a tough game. And the Chargers, that's going to be a tough game. So 4 out of the next 5 games for the Denver Broncos are going to be tough games. Man, Denver is what, 10-2? So I don't think there's a scenario here. Dang, yeah, if Kansas City wins out and Denver loses 4 of those 5 games, they would be tied in the division standings. And then it would all come down to what the Chargers do. So, again, there's still a possibility, slim as it may be, that the Chiefs find a way to win the division. How great would that be? Kansas City, the loss of the Dallas Cowboys is a spark the Kansas City Chiefs needed to maybe win out. Augustine, I know you're saying no. I know you're saying no. But the Texans, frauds, right? I don't believe in the Texans. The Chargers, maybe. The Titans, come on now. You beat the Broncos, and then the last game of the season is the Chiefs or the Raiders, rather. You can see a scenario there. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I mean, come on. Tommy's saying what I believe everybody in the living universe knows. Philadelphia fans are the worst human beings on the planet. I am talking about 47 bad. I'll throw the eggs. No one throws eggs better than me. Augustine reminded me the Chiefs are not going to win out. I bet you all missed. That might be one of the things you all missed, was me doing the Trump voice, right? Thank God. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it was all a conspiracy. Maybe it's like one of those, maybe I live in the Truman Show, right? Everything happens for a reason type thing, but it's all scripted. Because had I been on air whenever the Donald Trump Bubba stuff came out, That would have been problematic for your boy. Augustine saying they will win 3. They will lose against the Chargers and Denver. Good morning, good evening, and good night. That's one of my favorite movies. Like that showed you Jim Carrey's acting range. Oh, what's that other one? It's like A Restless Mind or something like that. Donald Trump Epstein. I'm not on the list. I am the list. I remember, what was it like a comedian that put out like if like Donald or Bill Clinton had so much power to be like Donald Trump was the worst blowjob I ever received, then Trump would have came out and been like, I am the best when it comes to sucking dick. Augustine telling me to shut up, Piggy, which I'm sure is something that gets said to me quite often. If we're being honest, it might be something that gets said to me quite often. Shut up, Piggy. I am a big fat guy, full of bacon and pork. The type of meat you want to put in your mouth. Phrasing? Augustine, I know you're saying that the Chiefs can lose to the Chargers and the Broncos. I think there's a possibility of losing as well. But would you be shocked? Would you be shocked if Kansas City found a way to win out? And the answer to that is no. And then looking at the teams that you have in the AFC right now, Destiny saying meat. And looking at the teams that you have in the AFC right now, if you were to see the Kansas City Chiefs make a run in the playoffs, August is saying now the Chiefs now have a confidence problem. I don't think that's it, dude. I really don't. Like it. If anything, I feel like they're tired. Augustine saying Destiny, do not encourage him. Like you got to think about this, man. The Chiefs have been in what? 6 of the last 7 Super Bowls, like long extended playoff runs, right? Like they've put some miles on that team. Like they just might be exhausted. Augustine saying they used to have a swagger, they don't have it. Again, that it factor, right? Like you're not seeing that with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's weird. But I feel like you can get that back. Imagine, again, I know it's far-fetched, it's hard to believe. It would be a difficult thing to wrap your mind around. But if the Kansas City Chiefs win out, that confidence is back. And you know that's not a team anybody wants to face in the playoffs. Destiny's saying, what kind of wife would I be if I didn't encourage him? August is saying, yes, they've played more football than anyone else, but that swagger is gone. You can't turn it on and off just like that. Win the next 5 games. That's all you need. Win the next 5 games. And I think that swagger comes back. You finish this season 11-6, that swagger is back. Knowing that you're the most deadly team, that you're the team nobody wants to face in the playoffs, that swagger's back. But the ball is in their court, right? Like, all they can do is control their end. Win the games on your schedule, and maybe, just maybe. And I'm with you. I haven't seen anything from the Kansas City Chiefs that make me think the Kansas City Chiefs have the ability to win out. I haven't seen that at all. Hell, I know that game was close on Thanksgiving, but it really felt like the Kansas City Chiefs were thoroughly dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. It really felt that way. But maybe that's the kick in the ass they needed. Again, I'm telling you, there is Nothing. That would surprise me if the Kansas City Chiefs won out. Like I would not be surprised. I haven't seen something that gives me confidence thinking that it could happen, but I would not be surprised if the Kansas City Chiefs won out. The NFC East is still up for grabs, which is absolutely wild to me that the NFC East can still be up for grabs. The Cowboys have the Lions coming up on Thursday. I wonder if we try to do like I got to gauge y'all for this. Tommy, would you be down? Let's say we go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that to watch this Dallas Cowboys game. Maybe I get some Cowboys fans together. I know it's short notice. Thursday, go out, watch this game, have ourselves a good-ass time. Augustine, would you be down? But the Dallas Cowboys having the Detroit Lions next on the schedule. Beginning of the year, I would have told you, no way Dallas is winning that game. No Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Sam Laporta. Ragnow's unretirement didn't work out the way they thought it would. Their defense isn't good. And there's one thing we know is that the Dallas Cowboys offense is going to put up points. I just don't know right now, outside of Jameson Williams, if the Lions have the horses, right? And I know, Augustine, I'm with you. Gibbs is a beast. Montgomery is a beast, right? Like they've got a hell of a run game. But the Dallas Cowboys run game has been really, really good recently. Like their run defense has been really, really good recently. The addition of Quinnen Williams changed that entire defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. So maybe, just maybe, like there's an outside shot, right? An outside shot here. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Lions. They got the Vikings coming up next. If the Vikings have old boy at quarterback again, which I hope they do, I don't think he's going to be. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be there. But even then, J.J. McCarthy's not been good. Well, like the games that J.J. McCarthy's been in, he's been certified ass. He's okay in the fourth quarter, but he's been bad. J.J. McCarthy hasn't shown me anything here for me to be afraid of him. Tough game on the schedule with the Chargers. I'll say that. Like the Chargers defense, I think could be a defense that gives the Dallas Cowboys problems. Offensively, I think they can go toe-to-toe with each other. Then you got the Washington Commanders to end or for the penultimate game of the season and the New York Giants. Both those games should be wins. Both of those games should be wins for the Dallas Cowboys. But it's also the Dallas Cowboys, and I would not be surprised if they find a way to lose one of those games that they should win, right? Whether it's the Vikings, the Commanders, or the Giants. I feel like one of those games that you feel like Dallas should win would be the game that they shit the bed. Like if they lost to Detroit, I would be shocked, but I wouldn't be shocked because Detroit's a well-coached team. Detroit's a really good team. If they lost to the Chargers, I wouldn't be happy with it, but I would understand. Tommy's saying, I'm going to get out of work 15 minutes before the game starts. I won't be able to make it on time. It has to be a weekend game, Mike, and I'm down. Okay, maybe we do that. Maybe we do. It's not going to be the Christmas game. I know that. What if we do the last game of the season? We can promote it, do all that stuff. Giants, Cowboys, final game of the season. We do a watch party. We just have ourselves a fun-ass time. Couple of adult beverages, ton of wings, watching the Dallas Cowboys maybe make the playoffs, maybe not make the playoffs. Let's see what's remaining on the Philadelphia Eagles schedule. The Eagles have the Chargers, which is a tough game again. They have the Raiders, which should be a win. They have the Commies, which should be a win. They have the Bills. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. And then they have the Commanders. If the Eagles go 3-2, that gets them at 11-6. If Dallas wins out, that gets Dallas at 11-5-1. Oh my God, I'm going to talk myself into it. There's no way, right? There's no way. Dallas wins out. Philadelphia goes 3-2. Dallas wins the division. I hate that they do this to me. I genuinely do. Augustine saying you're going to start believing. Tommy says he's down. All right, let's do it. There you go. If the Eagles go 3-2, which they should, right? You beat the Raiders, you beat the Commies twice. That's 3. We just need the Chargers and the Bills to do their job. That's all we need as Cowboys fans. The Chargers and the Bills to win to do their job. I hate that they're doing this to me. I'm believing in them, and it's going to come back and bite me in the ass. Oh, damn it. Thursday night's going to be the real telltale here. That's what we're going to see. If the Cowboys can win that game on Thursday night, I will be all in. I'm still very apprehensive right now. I was wrong. Again, I'll say it again. I was wrong. Eberflus, you can see I was about to throw up here. Eberflus has been better. They've gotten better. He got the horses that he needs to have a halfway decent defense. But Brian Schottenheimer, that offense that Brian Schottenheimer has installed, that's a damn good offense, guys. And they're giving me hope. They are giving me hope. And I hate them for it. All right, everybody, I want to thank you so much for tuning into today's show. We will be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully, wherever you're watching alerts you that we are live. But I'll be back 6 o'clock tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Rest of your day.